everybody. Welcome back to season 4 of the Watch Pals.
It's a new year. It's a new year.
New year, new season.
We did it.
We're all here.
Same bull.
I think we're probably still all here. I don't know. But we watched a movie called the Riki-Oh, the story of Riki. And this season, we're doing something a little different. A couple of things a little different. One, we're doing a Tarantino order where, I don't know if it's a snaking. What do you call it, Jeff?
What?
A rat order? A snaking order? What's it called?
What are you talking?
I don't know what the hell you're saying to me.
Okay. We're reversing the order. Jeff's going first. So this week, Jeff's going first.
I gotcha.
And also, we're doing a little bit of a format change here to the show. So, maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Let us know in the comments. Send us an email. Tell us if you like the new format. But we're doing it to make the show a little more discussion-based and a little more fun. We're still going to cover the movie. We're still going to recap just in a different way. So we're always looking for feedback, so please let us know. But before we get into all that junk, I'm going to introduce the panel of pals for the 4th season, starting with Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hello. We're back. It's good to be back.
We're back at Dinosaur Story.
Wow.
I was going to bring that up. You son of a bitch. You stole my joke.
Speaking of which, Brian's here.
All right, Back to the Future 2 is the best of all of them. We're back.
Really?
Yes.
Is that the one where they go with the train?
No, that's the third
3.
one. That's that's the worst of them.
I think it's the only one I've actually seen.
Oh,
Jordan's
Of course
here.
it is.
No way.
Jordan, you're here.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm upset now.
You just made
Why?
him mad, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There's no way you've only seen the third one. That's ridiculous, man.
You've probably seen pieces of the other ones, right?
What's the one where he's like trying to skateboard over the water?
That's
You're
the
going to say
second
bang
one.
his mom. That's what you're going to say.
The second one.
That's all of them. All
In the
three of them
beginning of the
he's trying to do
second
that.
one, he tries to get across the water when they're like, "You got no power."
I think I've seen the beginning of that one, and then I've seen a third one.
What if in all 3 movies he was trying to have sex with his mom and it was real weird?
That's like the whole. It's like an A24 movie now.
Yeah.
Time traveling mum.
No, what if he's just like, I only ever watched the cartoon, never the movies.
There's a cartoon?
Yeah.
I probably watched it.
Wow.
The thing is, it's probably like I was thinking back. Maybe I've seen some of these movies. I just don't remember them because like I have terrible memory too at the same time. So
Yeah.
it may be possible that I'm just like,
I mean, you didn't like it enough for it to stick with you, so
you're right. Maybe that's what it is.
yeah.
Only the good stuff like Terminator 4.
Maybe you watched them during like a traumatic time in your life, so you blocked it out of memory.
Oh, yeah.
I watched all these movies of a traumatic time in my life.
It was like chairs flying at his head when he was trying to watch it.
I was so scared. I'm hiding under my bed watching
For years. For
Back
years.
to the Future 1 and 2.
I've tried so hard.
He's at the theater watching them, and like people are throwing chairs at him. They're booing him.
The people working at the
bullying
theater.
How do you get chairs in this theater?
Quit bringing your own chairs from home.
Well, we watched the movie Riki-Oh, the story of Riki.
Ricky's spelled different.
It's weird. Yeah, twice. I don't get it. I don't know why.
Jeff, you picked this movie. Why'd you pick
I
this movie?
picked it because I honestly, we were talking before we were recording, but I thought my friend, so I've known Chris the longest out of everyone here. So I thought our friend group growing up actually introduced this to me, but it turns out that's not the case. And I can't quite remember who showed me this movie, but I do remember it sticking with me. I picked it because I wanted to start the new year off with a bang. Plus, this is one of my favorite martial arts movies ever, if not my favorite. So, spoiler, I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Is it considered a martial arts movie? We'll talk about
So
that.
it is. It's I got some genre. It definitely. I think the reason I like it so much is because it's like an amalgamation of all these different genres I enjoy, and it's like a pretty unique thing. And I'm sure there's other movies like it out there, but for whatever reason, like this one just stuck with me. So
That makes sense. It's like martial arts and gore.
yeah.
Who's seen it before?
I've never seen it.
I've seen
Okay,
it.
I've never seen it.
I did look up why like the Ricky spelled different. So in China, it's just called Riki-Oh, but then in the United States, it's called the story of Riki. So they kept the spelling
Oh, okay.
for the American version and the spelling for the Chinese version. So
There's
there you
like 3 different versions. There's like a Cantonese one too, and I'll get into that because everyone's named slightly differently in all of them. It's like it was confusing for me because I watched both. I watched this twice this week. I watched it subtitled, and then I watched a 4K restoration I have on physical
Blu-ray.
disc. Yeah,
I only watched the subtitle one. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was a different version you could watch.
I mean it's the same thing. It's just they fixed it. It looks really crisp.
Looks purty.
And yeah, it looks insane. I was like, holy moly!
Because
But
the dubbing in this is hilarious.
it's the same dub, but it's just it doesn't look as old. It looks it's been up-resed.
They also they made a sequel to this movie too. I don't know
They
if you knew
did.
that, but it never got brought out here because it sucks so bad.
That's what I heard. It's an unofficial sequel.
Doesn't
Yeah.
the same guy play Ricky?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
the same actor.
I don't think he's named Ricky in the second one though.
It's based off of manga. How do you pronounce
Yeah.
it? Manga?
a
It is
comic.
manga, and I didn't know that. But after watching it the first time, I looked it up, and it made so much sense. I was like, of course it is.
Well, okay. So let's turn it over to Jeff so we can get talking about this movie after we just got done talking about this movie. I've never seen it. Jordan's never seen it. Brian has seen it.
Yeah.
Jeff has seen it.
yeah.
Okay.
So Jordan and Chris, what were you guys expecting when I told you we're going to watch a movie called Riki-Oh, the Story of Ricky?
Jordan, you go first.
Oh boy, I don't know. I have no idea.
Right? That's a title. huh?
It's
Yeah,
a story about somebody.
it just sounds like AI generated title.
Oh, wow.
Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky, and then Ricky.
Yeah. If you typed in "write me a kid's book," this would come up.
Yeah. So yeah, I had no idea what to expect. I never even heard of this movie.
It is
so.
a deep cut.
I went in raw.
Oh,
Nice.
Jordan raw dogged it. I raw dogged it as well. Because I heard Jeff has mentioned this a bunch of times before, so I figured it was something with a lot of naked men in it. So I figured that's what it was going to be. But it wasn't. So weird. Except for there's
Were
one
you let
big
down
butt in
by
it.
that,
So
or
weird.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is a shower scene. You see a butt or two.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when I saw that, it's how long to it takes to see a naked man in a movie that Jeff or Brian suggests popped me off there right at the beginning.
Well,
Well, it's good to know you're counting the days down on your calendar.
Yeah, the whole movie takes place in a prison, so you were bound to see it.
Yeah, I guess.
I suppose.
All right, am I going for it here?
Go do it. Let's do it, man.
All right, let's
All right,
go. Drive the
let's
ship.
hop into it. All right, so I'm just going to go over the background really here. This came out in 1991, but it wasn't released until 2000 in the United States. The director, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this name, but I'm going to try it. Guy Choi Lam, or Lam. And the notable cast, really, I think the only person you might recognize, if you're from the United States like myself and everyone else here, is actually Ricky. He was in two pretty popular and good martial arts movies called Ip Man and Ip Man 2.
Yeah.
He was that movie was based around the real life mentor of Bruce Lee. It's definitely exaggerated, but it's still a good kung fu movie. And he's not Ip Man, he's a secondary character, but he's still in it, and that's probably where folks would know him from, aside from this, of course. The genre, as we were talking about earlier, I looked it up in several other places. It says it's a Hong Kong martial arts splatter film / comedy.
I mean, it is pretty goofy.
It's goofy. There's some fun facts that I got for you. So Jordan already brought it up, but it is based on a manga, which if you don't know what that is, it's just a Japanese comic book pretty much. It was serialized in a magazine from 1987 to 1990. What's interesting about the movie, though, it's a Hong Kong film based off of a Japanese property, so that's kind of unique. There's also an anime of it, which I just found out about today as I was looking at this again.
Is it like One Punch Man?
No. It's Riki-Oh, and it's called The Wall of Hell, and it's the exact same story of this. Okay. I was like, what?
When did that come out? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't look into it. And then, like you were saying, Brian, there's an unofficial sequel, and it's called Super Powerful Man. And apparently it's garbage, but
it looks so bad.
Yeah.
One quick before you go on, I just want to mention the one criminal henchman. I don't know who he was. I recognized him real quick. He was in the beginning of Kung Fu Hustle. He was like the guy. He was the guy that got his back broken, knocked in the barrel, and that started the big fight. So anyway, I just want to mention
that's cool. It has been a long time since I've seen that, but I do remember enjoying Kung Fu Hustle.
Don't know what that is.
Oh boy. Well,
write it down.
Right, put it on the list. So the initial hype around this movie, when it came out, how was it received? It actually received a Category 3 rating which is viewers under 18 are not allowed. And it was one of the first Hong Kong movies ever to receive such a rating for non-erotic content.
So that's just because of the gore?
The gore, yeah.
They don't
And
do
the
a lot of
violence.
gore in Hong Kong or like Japanese or Chinese films.
I don't think there's many movies like this in Hong
They
Kong
really
at the
are.
time.
Yeah, that's why. I haven't seen anything since kind of like this, but it's like if a martial arts movie was like Grindhouse almost. It's awesome. But this rating, of course, inhibited the film's ability to make money at the box office. But despite that, the lead actor, who goes by Fan Siu-wong, he also goes by Louis something. He's like an Americanized
Louis
name,
CK.
Probably just so people.
Yeah,
Louis CK.
yeah. That's his. He moonlights.
He said the movie was actually a major hit on rentals, since many of the kids who weren't allowed to see it in theaters just could rent it and watch it at home without their parents' supervision. The film is so gory that it was originally banned in many countries. In the UK, it was actually released with 20 minutes cut almost. The special effects are famously low budget. Apparently, I don't know the source for this, but I read that some of it was like just raw meat and mannequins and like things like that. And there's definitely a few obvious mannequin scenes, which we'll talk about. It's since become sort of a cult classic just because of the absurd gore, the cartoon-like antagonist, which probably is because it's based off a manga, and then like the straight-faced acting, like juxtaposed to what's actually happening on
Like
screen.
the whole tone of it, right? Yeah.
The whole tone of it, and there is definitely some comic relief, which I'll talk about. But but like Ricky, he's not cracking jokes, but at the same time, some of the things are like hilarious that happen. Alrighty, so diving into the start of the film, I'm gonna go through the opening in probably more detail than just some of the other stuff, and then I'm gonna break it down by like the important plot points that happen. But just to kind of get a feel for the intro here, it opens with a screen, a van on a highway that just says Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky, and we see a van driving. The whole intro with the credits is this van driving. As it gets to a prison, a splash screen with text comes up, and it says something like, by 2001 AD, capitalistic countries have privatized all government organizations. Prisons, like parking lots, have become franchised businesses. So
That's a weird thing to put that. Weird way to put that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
it's
parking
basically
lots.
like slave. It's basically slave labor, right? The men in the van are taken off and led into the prison. There's 3 of them. Eddie Lee, he's in there for robbery and assault. I think John Lazan was the guy's name, 5 years for stealing from his company. And then Riki-Oh, which I also think is weird that his name's Riki-Oh, but then they call it Riki-Oh. I don't know.
There's a lot of weird things with like the way they do that.
Say things and
Inconsistencies,
translate
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But he's in for 10 years for manslaughter and assault, which, okay, all right. They bring these guys through a metal detector. You know, the police officers are like, all right, go next. They get to Ricky at the end. He walks through the metal detector and it goes off. The guards are like, he's carrying, and they go to hit him with batons, and Ricky just blocks them with his bare hands. So already pretty bad.
He's very muscular.
Yeah, he's a very fit gentleman. They do a 2-second x-ray on him. And we see that he has bullets lodged in his chest. The guard's like, why didn't you let the doctor remove them? And he goes, souvenirs. And I was like, damn, that's cold, Ricky. That's sweet.
Cold Ricky.
So pretty awesome intro. You clearly see this dude's a bad. You know, he's more than meets the eye, while everyone else so far seems pretty normal. After that intro played, what were you guys thinking then? Like, do you think it was setting you up for I kind of know what to expect?
They don't really like get into the crazy stuff yet until like they get into the prison, but they kind of set the tone about like if you look at like the sets and stuff, like the prison.
Yeah.
It's pretty basic. It just looks like a gymnasium or something, like a warehouse or something they dressed up, but yeah.
I think it's weird that, not weird. I think it was a little strange that it was set up so like straight faced, or like so like when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, what is this? Is this going to be like some like art house, like highfalutin story about a man going into a
Highfalutin?
Highfalutin.
Did you just walk out of a saloon?
Like he's just like, I thought it was going to be some like dramatic piece, not like a ridiculous, weird half comedy. gore comedy or whatever you call it.
Because of the title, is that what the impression? Yeah.
I don't know, or just the way they opened it up, and you're like, oh man, this is serious. We're being real serious here. You know, I thought it was like one of those.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I guess it is kind of serious, other than just whenever he kills things. So.
Well, and like the warden, the assistant warden is not serious, and then the
kid.
Warden's kid, Jesus.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah, so the setting's this dystopian future, which is set in 2001, I think, which is funny. Our main protagonist, Ricky, he's quiet, stoic, and insanely strong. You know, while he's in the prison, he sees corruption, prisoners are being abused, drugs kind of flow freely.
Yeah.
The wardens and the guard are like profiting from it, right? It was set up like this is a business, and they're having these prisoners essentially run this place to make money elsewhere. Ricky starts defending weaker prisoners, drawing attention to himself. He ends up in altercations protecting some of the weaker inmates, which gets the attention of the prison leaders known as the Gang of Four. So the main characters kind of gradually get introduced throughout the movie, but it's pretty much Ricky, the Gang of Four for the majority of the film. Then the assistant warden, Cyclops Dan, I think, was one thing he was referred to, and then the warden himself.
Is this supposed to be set up like a video game? Like where there's like the bosses,
well, I think,
like the Mega Man bosses?
It definitely feels that way. And again, I think like it harkens back to the fact that it is a manga. It's based off of that.
The comic, so
yeah. And you know, and I didn't know that it was based off of anything. I thought it was just its own thing, and I think maybe that's another reason why I like it so much. You know, big gamer guy. So
I think the other thing I had a question about is they keep on mentioning. I think just throughout the movie, where were you for those 2 years? They keep asking him.
It's true, and I don't really even know if we got that answer.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That was the one question I had, but
yeah. I tried to look that up. I mean, was he training? Was that what it is? I don't know.
Deeper in the comic, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's true. They might address that in the comic, or maybe we just all missed it. I don't know. But anyway, the Gang of Four, like I brought up, they're four powerful inmates, kind of set up like bosses who govern the north, south, east, and west blocks of the privatized prison. Spoiler alert, Ricky fights them all. In Cantonese, they're referred to the Four Heavenly Kings. I always think that's cool with the different translations. So speaking of that, I wrote all their names down in every version that exists. So the North Guard is named Oscar in English, High, and then Narumi High.
Who was the one that was the Mortal Kombat guy? Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
What?
He threw the spears out.
Well, like the little needle things.
Oh,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah. Dude, so Brandon looks like Gilbert Gottfried, all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. He's also, I think, the biggest out of all of them. Anyways, he's the South one, Brandon. Shiragami or Baishin are his name, and he weaponizes like wires and needles and stuff. Rogan is the leader of the West. It's Rogan, Yomi, or Huang Chuan. He was portrayed by a female actor, which I think is interesting, but because I think, and if you look at his character in the comic, he almost looks like female, so it made total sense, and I think it was pretty cool.
The dubbing for that was clearly a man trying to do a woman's voice.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I texted this to you guys. It definitely sounded like whenever Trey Parker does a female's voice in South Park.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
immediately what I thought of.
The dubbing, I think, like it just adds to the charm. I don't know,
Yes,
like it's just
yeah.
like this. And then finally, the East Warden is Taizan, or Kitamakura. So like he's a really big guy. The first time you see him, he just smashes someone's head, which is awesome. Then, like I said, we've got the assistant warden, Dan, who also gets called Cyclops. Then the warden. There's some important secondary characters that drive story beats, like Ricky's uncle. We see he teaches him something called Qi Gong.
that's what gives him like the power, essentially.
It's essentially explaining like why he has superpowers. He's like, hey, you're born a tough kid, but let me make you tougher. And you see like training montages of him like glowing and like getting like cinder blocks broken off of him and stuff.
They're in a
Cemetery.
graveyard throwing gravestones at each other.
Yeah, the hobo uncle is just like picking up gravestones, like, here, do that.
We don't need this.
Block this or destroy this. Like, where are you getting? You just pulling these out of the ground of deceased people? Like, show some respect, man.
Yeah, I agree. I don't understand why he was. Why isn't that like a big no-no?
I mean, yeah, I would think in any culture that's a big no-no.
I mean, they were just whipping him. He was like punching through them. Like
He
they just
punched
did not
through
care. They
them,
just
yeah.
grabbing them. Yeah.
Maybe they were all his enemies. I don't know. This is graveyard of his enemies.
He's the caretaker of the graveyard. They're gonna make new rooms, so he's using his nephew.
But yeah, so that
It's all
explains why he's
connected.
so powerful. And then there's Ricky's love interest, who I think her name's Anne or Keiko, which is why he's in prison, and also the warden's horrible kid, which I'm sure someone else will talk about. I actually don't have many notes on him, but he's definitely comic relief. I'm going to now start it a little out of order. I'm going to go to the backstory because hopefully you've watched this. If you haven't, that's okay. This will kind of give you an overview of all the things. Definitely spoilery. But the backstory is like over halfway through the film, we find out why Ricky's in prison. His girlfriend, Anne, or Keiko, witnesses a drug deal and people like shooting up in the streets. One of the drug dealer like cronies sees her, witness this. He kidnaps her. He takes her back to his boss's building. He tells him what happened and like asks what to do with her. And he's kind of like, "Come on, man! Like, what do you think I want you to do with her?" So this part, it's probably the funniest part of the whole movie, which it probably wasn't meant to be, right? But she runs away from them. They're in a building. And without even pausing for 1 second, she just like jumps off the top of the building
Yeah. What the hell?
to her death.
Well, I think they're trying to make it look like she tripped, but it
Were
wasn't
they?
done. Yeah,
She
it
just
wasn't done
ran.
very well. It wasn't done
I thought
very well.
I thought it was like she would rather die quickly than like be,
Oh, man,
I don't know how to read that.
And she definitely turned into a mannequin as they
Oh,
tried to
she
cut away
sure
from
did.
her.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a mannequin. Yeah.
dude, the cut is easily the funniest like suicide scene I've ever seen. It's just like if you don't want to watch this, just look this scene up and just the way it's shot, it's clearly a dummy, the impact sound, like the way it hits, it's just so funny. And it's so quick and it's so like out of left field. You're like, what the hell? Like
Yeah, she just like runs off the roof, and then as soon as it like cuts from her jumping, it just turns into this stiff board thing, like
yeah. Boof.
like a
Straight onto the
class
ground.
project type of thing.
It's a budget.
I loved it. Anyways, Ricky is obviously devastated. He finds out who the drug dealer is, who caused his girlfriend's death. He confronts the drug dealer. He gets shot several times, which explains the bullets in his chest. And then he does like this flying ninja kick, breaking his leg before punching like a divot in his head, killing him. So this is why he's
Did it
in
kill
prison.
him?
Yeah, he's in manslaughter.
Yeah, but it didn't show him like dying. He was still screaming when he
it
walked
didn't.
away.
I think you're supposed to assume he just died.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
All
hold
right.
on. It said, what did it
I
say?
mean, yeah, he obviously is in it for manslaughter. I mean, I guess
10
it doesn't really
years for
matter.
manslaughter and assault. I mean, yeah. Does manslaughter mean you died? I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He slaughtered a man.
Slaughtered a man.
Anyways, he's in the prison. He's going to basically fight his way out. So now I'm going to kind of go over the big fights and the big plot points.
Was the kind of reason he was in prison was he wanted to go to prison to like avenge the drug people, like the buying of drugs and stuff?
I don't think so, but I know that it does loop around to that, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like it seems like he went in there to like get revenge on.
maybe the 2 years was him finding out which prison to go to or something.
I just don't understand. It's just weird that it's like, I don't know. I thought that's what I got.
Oh, I know what. There's something that happens at the end of this or in the comic. He's looking for his brother or something like that. And I think that he was going to this prison to get information on where his brother was.
But that's totally not in this at all.
Right. No, they
because-
left that,
yeah.
they left that out of the movie.
But
so.
it wraps back around to the drugs thing where she saw people with
Right.
drugs. They were making drugs. And I thought that's how the connection was. He went there to avenge that.
Right. Yeah.
I think in the movie they're just trying to like, he it's a coincidence kind of thing. Like, oh, they're growing opium here. This
And
is
he
like what
hates
led
it,
to
yeah.
This is what led to my girlfriend's demise. So
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
mean, that's what they're trying to do. I don't know.
All the more reason to beat these guys. All right, so on to the big fights and plot points. The first big fight is Ricky versus Oscar. Oscar's one of the Gang of Four and leader of the North Block. He's actually ordered by the assistant warden Cyclops to kill Ricky after Ricky killed two other inmates earlier who were kind of like torturing helpless prisoners. And then Ricky kind of beats that guy up, and that guy then hires a bigger guy to try to beat him up, and Ricky punches holes in both of them, killing them. It's also worth mentioning the guy who he first beat up. He like trips into like these spikes and he turns into a mannequin, and it like goes through his hand and his face and like his eye. It's funny.
So the first like kind of brutal gore act in here is that the one like older guy is washing up, and he gets like punched or what happens to him? He gets like punched or something, right?
Yeah, he's basically going to be freed, and they find out that he's going to be freed, and they're like, you have to get permission from us to leave the prison, because... And then we find out that he's only in there from, like, an accident, pretty much. He didn't... Like, he accidentally, like, hit somebody. It wasn't on purpose. So
it was like a cop or something. He ran over, taking his wife to the hospital.
But then we see, like, oh, he built a toy... train, like, out of wood. And he had, like, the wood planer thing. And
that's what it was.
Yeah.
When they did the wood planer, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, over that guy's face. Yeah.
That's when you first get a look at this, what this movie's like, the gore of this movie. So when that happened, but up to that, I was like, oh, this is a serious like prison movie. Here we go. and then he gets his face planed off with a planer, hand planer. You're like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So we should just talk about the gore generally in this movie. I mean, I know we're going to talk about all the fights and everything, but like the way I would say, like, if you like, I mean, it's really gory, but it's not like disturbing. Like, well, maybe it depends on your level. Not
realistic gore at all.
Not realistic.
Nope.
So
I would say the worst gore is when the guy got like his body got like skinned and it's like staying and it's just like in the that was probably the most realistic. Like, ooh.
I think the gore in general is like, you remember when you're a middle school boy and you're like sitting there like, oh, you and your friends are coming up with a video game that you want to make, just like that's like the next Mortal Kombat, and you're like, oh, he'll punch through his stomach and his hand will go right through his belly.
Pictures like split in half. Yeah,
this is like a middle school boy came up with the gore of this movie.
Yeah, definitely. And when I finish talking about this Oscar fight, I'll even touch on some Mortal Kombat stuff at the end because it's like completely Mortal Kombat. But yeah, so he's fighting Oscar, who the assistant warden told to kill. The scene opens with this awesome shot of Oscar sitting on this giant crucifix. So another inmate named Andrew, at least in the English version, he's chained up on it, and they did that specifically to lure Ricky out because they know Ricky like fights for, you know, the greater good, for
he's
justice.
The good guy. Yeah.
So Oscar hops down, praising Ricky for being tough, but he says he has to uphold the prison laws the Gang of Four enforced. So sorry, man, you got to get killed today. Initially, Ricky doesn't fight back. He wants to fight to be fair without a hostage, and he implores Oscar to let Andrew go. Oscar says, "I make the rules. You got that?" And then starts punching Ricky again. He gets like punched to a gate where the other inmates are, and they're like, "Bro, when Oscar shows his tattoos, he kills. Just fight him."
That was so stupid.
Dude, there's so many stupid. Yeah, like if you don't, Andrew will die for sure. So now Ricky's like, "All right, I'll fight him." He lands one hit on Oscar's like shoulder, and it spurts blood, which is hilarious. Then Oscar pulls out a goddamn knife, unsheaths it. He takes a few swings at Ricky. Ricky dodges, but then he throws some powdered glass in Ricky's face that was hidden in the knife's sheath.
Yeah, because didn't the assistant warden give him the knife?
Yeah, he gave him the knife and the powdered glass. He's like, "Hey, from the assistant warden." This Ricky up. He's temporarily blinded. Oscar ends up slicing his right arm, cutting his tendon. It's a pretty like gruesome shot. I was like, "Whoa, all right." And then he lands a hit, which sends him flying towards the ground. Magically, Ricky feels a grate here, and he smashes it open with his elbow, and like water starts gushing out. So he got lucky. He uses this to clear the glass powder from his eyes, and he can see again. Oscar's like, "Doesn't matter. Damage is done. You can't use your arm." He runs towards Ricky, who dodges him, slaps the back of his head, and then pops his eye out, which lands on the ground and then is immediately eaten by birds. Like, not even like 2 seconds go by, and all these birds are like, "Wah!" But
also, it was like really gross because after he got cut, he like took his own tendons and like sewed them, like tied them back together
with his teeth. Yeah.
Ricky reaches into his right arm's womb. He pulls out his tendon, ties it off with his teeth and left arm, and he fixes his arm. And stuff like that is why I love this movie.
That's totally from like a manga.
Yeah. So Oscar's like, "Dang, man." He says, "Ricky, you're all right." And he kind of like, you think he might give up at this moment. He slices his own belly open. Ricky runs over. He's like, He's like, hold up, no need for all that. He
Don't
runs
do
over
it.
to him. And of course, Oscar's like, I'm dead anyway. I'm going to try to kill you by strangling you with my intestines. This, of course, does not work. And then Ricky gets out of this. He flips Oscar in the air, and then mid-air, he does this big punch to his head where we see this goddamn X-ray of his skull like cracking, like Mortal Kombat
That was
style.
and it was the only time they did that in the entire movie.
Yeah.
So cool. So
But
cool.
it was awesome though. Yeah. Ricky wins. The inmate, we find out Andrew has died while being crucified. They start to go after the warden, and then we meet the rest of the gang here. Tarzan comes out, and like I said earlier, he just immediately smashes another inmate's head. Just boom, smash. Brandon, the Gilbert Godfrey guy, kills another person, and then Rogan just comes out of a grate in the ground and like kicks it towards Ricky, who punches it into pieces. He doesn't end up fighting them there. He's kind of like, there's been enough, fighting and death and stuff for today, and they all kind of go their separate ways. Then we get to the next big story beat, which we kind of already touched on, the poppy and the opium.
That's why when I brought that up earlier about his girlfriend and stuff, it kind of gives the story like an entire driving force of like, oh, okay, this is why they're here. This is why the warden is doing what he's doing and things like that. Like, it makes sense.
I think it's a safe assumption to say that, he might have purposefully went here because something was up, but, who knows? I guess we'd have to read it.
Nah.
I was gonna say, Chris, you gonna read it?
Nope.
Nah.
I might actually read it. It's got like a lot very Fist of the North Star vibes, which I really like.
Yeah.
So Ricky finds out they're growing poppy plants from another inmate named Alan, who he bonds with. Alan, I think, is like the nephew or something of
Godson.
Oscar, godson of Oscar.
Yeah.
He got his tongue cut out for something.
Yeah. Oh, they're doing
So
the whistly thing with all the leaves.
Oh, the whistling thing with the leaves. I wasn't even going to talk about it, but if you guys want to talk about it, that's fine.
How old is that guy supposed to be? He's supposed to be like a kid or like a grown man? Like, I don't understand.
I think he's a grown man, and the way he talks, at least in the English dub, is due to him not having a tongue, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But Ricky and him bond. He's doing like the leaf blowy thingy that whistles. Ricky's super good at that. And obviously the dude without a tongue can't do it. So he's like, oh, here, play this flute thingy instead. And he gets all happy. And then he gives Ricky the poppy leaf.
You see him as Rogan's watching from the window. You see the kid or the guy just dancing around in the background.
Yeah, he's definitely like younger.
He's like going in circles. so dumb.
Well, because Ricky's like, he went to, they said he dropped out of school or something, like right before graduation was kind of his backstory or whatever. But like, they say he's like went to school to play a flute or be a flautist. Like, wasn't he go to school for music?
I think that's what it was. Yeah, for music.
There are some scenes, man, like him with his girlfriend in the past. It's like so corny.
Oh, we were like flying the
helicopter.
It's extra corny. Yeah.
Yes, very.
Really anything out of fight scenes in this is corny.
Oh, true. All right. Where was I? So yeah, like you said, Jordan, Rogan saw Alan basically show Ricky that they're growing poppy. So they kind of confront him. He's like, hey, you have to kill Ricky now. And of course he doesn't want to do that. So Rogan slices his face off. Oh. It skins him alive. Like, I would assume alive. Yeah, it flays him and he leaves his corpse outside after labeling him a traitor. Ricky is obviously not too happy about this. This guy was someone that he was, bonding with and, seemed to like. He then immediately burns all the poppy being grown, and this leads to Ricky versus Rogan, round 1. Rogan is he's like, you destroyed my hard work, and what is essentially making him and like everyone there running the prison a ton of money. Ricky lands a few hits, Rogan lands a few hits, sending Ricky flying, and he's like, Rogan's kung fu is unorthodox and hard to counter, or something like that. Rogan then flies through the air with a shadow image, so think like Johnny Cage's kick in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Shadow kick.
And Ricky said flying again and smashes into a wall, and apparently that was like Rogan's touch of death. And he goes, I've hit your death spot. You'll soon be a dead man. It pans out, and we actually get this really cool shot of Rogan, Ricky, in the burning greenhouse where the poppy was. And then Rogan's like, one looks his best just before dying, especially a man like you, which I don't know what that means. Ricky then has a vision of his uncle, and all his uncle says to him is, Ricky, try harder, now you can defeat death. And then he just does. He flexes his muscles and pounds his chest, and Rogan's like, oh, you got out of my technique.
He pretty much pulls that move in every. I mean, like it's like he's down and out in every fight, and like he either like ties his arm together, or he thinks about his uncle, or
I'll talk about it at the end too. It's so funny. Like what is that? How did what the uncle said help? Doesn't matter.
Well, okay, so this is labeled as a kung fu movie, but there's very little kung fu meme.
But there are fights. It's like you gotta
martial arts.
But like, but they're not really. There's like he hits like two things, and one's of a punch to the throat, or like. Like there's really not that much fighting going on.
Right, but it's fight themed.
You're right.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you could say.
There's probably more actually martial arty stuff with like the inmates that are just fighting like the guards and things like that.
They have better training than him.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, man. Did you see him in Ip Man? He is actually
I know. In Ip Man, he's great.
Martial artist.
Yeah.
He's great in this too. I don't care what you guys say. But
I didn't say anything.
No, I mean the movie in general is not really kung fu.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like, hey, you like, Lone Wolf and Cub or Drunken Master, go watch this. But I would say like, oh, you like those movies and like you like RoboCop, then you should watch
if you want to watch like the RoboCop of kung fu movies, that would probably be this.
Yeah, like the ultra violence. Okay, so Ricky breaks out of Rogan's technique, and then Brandon pops out like a total turd and ties him up with this weird needle stuff, like a jerk.
I was waiting for him to say "get over here." I was like, he's gonna say "get over here." He's gonna say it.
This is older than that would be great, because that would probably be like where Scorpion came from, right?
Do you think this is where they got it from?
Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they NetherRealm or Midway or Ed Boon or whatever saw this.
Yeah,
92 was the first one, so maybe they were developing it as this came out.
They're like, let's watch a bunch of movies in Hong Kong and stuff, and that could happen. So Ricky's fighting Rogan and Brandon, but he's overcome. Brandon ties him up with his needle spike things, and they're like in him, like almost like Hellraiser style. It's like kind of brutal. And then Rogan's like, it's cool, let's cremate him. Because suggesting they'll throw him in the fire that is engulfed all the opium. Then Tarzan comes out, gets Ricky in a headlock, and he's like, nah, fam, I want to fight Ricky mano-y-mano. Like, I didn't get to fight him yet. You can't just kill him. And he doesn't let Rogan and Brandon kill him. At this point, there was some, like...
This is the prison raid happened?
Some directive was given to, like, shoot everyone who's not in their
Because all the prisoners are out of their
right?
cells, and it's like a raid.
Yeah.
Or like
So they're like, so they run inside, and they get inside, and then they, like, Tarzan and Ricky... like end up in like a trap room, I guess. I don't really know.
He gets him in a trap room. Yeah.
Right before this, you have the other ward, the assistant warden, and then the real warden shows up, or the warden shows up. Yeah. And there's that weird scene where they're all just kind of like all the guards and everybody's like laying down in the like out in the sun, waiting for the
red carpet for him.
Yeah, and like it's like this weird, it's totally out of left field scene where they're all just like sitting there waiting for the warden to show up. It doesn't make any sense. It's like.
Well, the warden is the strongest in the... He's supposed to be like the most respected, like in the hierarchy. He's the head honcho.
He's right. Bison.
Yeah. I actually think he's dressed kind of like Judge Doom. I'll get to him in a little bit, but
so that's why he's trying to take control of the prison, I guess, to get ready for that. Maybe I can't remember, but it's ridiculous.
But Ricky and Tarzan end up in a cement room. Ricky busts out and he actually saves Tarzan, and he's like covered in cement. And this allows the warden to basically capture him because the cement dries on him and he gets all stiff.
Oh, and then the warden shows up because they go down when he's like all cemented.
The warden gets close. Ricky breaks out of the cement and he's basically like, I've been waiting for this. Then out of nowhere, Tarzan breaks through the wall and stops Ricky from killing the warden. He like bends the bars around his hands. He's punching him, and then he's like smashing his head into the bars and blood's like coming out. Ricky, of course, powers up, breaks free, and he punches Tarzan's jaw off.
Yeah.
And then Tarzan goes to punch Ricky, and their fists meet, and Ricky's fist just explodes through his whole fist and hand. And I was like, holy moly.
Yeah, like up to his elbow, he just punches through it.
Just punches through it. And, surprise, surprise, the cell is also another trap room. There's like a hydraulic press coming down on Riki, and he's like...
They try to crush him, yeah.
He's like he's pushing it up, and then he takes a taser and he starts electrocuting it, and he's still pushing it up, and then he finally falls. And we think Ricky's down for the count, and we see Tarzan all beat up, holding it up behind him, and he basically saves Riki here. Riki gets out, and then he gets crushed.
And he tries to save him because the warden's like, I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
He's like, just let him die.
Failed.
I've done all this stuff for you. Like, why would you do this to me? He's like, without a jaw, he's trying to say this.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. So a bunch of stuff happens. I'm definitely skimming over a lot. You should definitely just watch the movie. Riki ends up being buried alive for a week. Rogan explodes a dog for no reason, which is upsetting. Anyway, we cut to the warden. He's in the kitchen. In the back room of the kitchen. This is kind of where the final scene takes place.
This is the best scene in the entire movie, I think.
The ending is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so over the top.
The inmates are complaining about there not being enough food, so the warden is like, here's some more meat, and grinds this inmate's arm in this huge industrial meat grinder. Riki breaks in, and the assistant warden is brought in at this point. He was maimed by the inmates. One of his arms were chopped off. The warden's like, you're trash, and he shoots him with some gun that just makes people explode. And
he calls it an elephant gun. It's for killing elephants.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which is not an elephant gun.
Yeah, it's not an elephant gun at all. Because what happens is he fills up like a balloon, comically large, and explodes. So all throughout the movie, whenever the warden, I just need to do this before I talk about this last scene here. Yeah. The warden was kind of set up as almost being a little sickly. He has a cane. We see him. He grabs his chest. He's like, I need my pills. And it kind of makes you think he has a heart condition or something. But no, we actually find out during this part, which I'll talk about in a moment, that he uses those pills to suppress his monster energy type of thing.
What
drink?
The hell?
His monster energy drink.
He was trained in the same the same that Riki-Oh was trained in that technique.
Yeah, Qi-Yong or whatever. I forget what I call it.
The style from his uncle. Yeah.
So the warden uses his medicine to suppress his power. And like you were saying, Jordan, we find out he's actually trained in the same style, I think, like I said, Qi-Yong or whatever, as Riki. But before that happens, the warden's just his normal self. He points the gun at Riki, and while he's doing this, Brandon tries another sneak attack with his wire rope thing. He throws them through a wall to try to hit Riki, but then Riki grabs them and kicks through the wall into Brandon, which is cool. Rogan is there now too. They begin to fight. Rogan's using inmates kind of as shields a little bit, and Brandon is just killing random inmates too. Rogan and Brandon are fighting Riki again. Riki gets beat down a bit by their combined attack, but then Rogan does a flying kick, misses Riki, and ends up kicking through some sort of water heater thing or something. I don't know.
Pressurized water.
Yeah, his leg gets stuck in it. Riki then punches his leg off, saying, "You won't be able to kill again." And he twists his limbs and just breaks him. He doesn't kill him, but he immobilizes him. And I hope in the manga, Rogan comes back as some kind of cyborg or something. So I think I'm gonna have to read it. But anyway.
Oh yeah, doesn't Rogan escape down that chute thing?
No, that's Brandon.
Okay, all right.
The warden sees him trying to escape and shoots him with the gun and explodes him in it. So Brandon doesn't get away. So now we reach the end. It's just the warden. He seems pretty confident here, pointing his gun at Riki, and he says, "Oh yeah, I forgot you're not afraid of bullets." Like I said, he was painted as sickly earlier, so this is kind of where it turns out that we find out he took his pills so his power didn't overwhelm him. We then see the warden transform.
Dude, good.
Go ahead. If you want to talk about the transformation.
I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, because the one thing I wanted to say is that if you are a fan, I saw it instantly, of Kaiju or Power Rangers, this is the most gory Power Ranger scene you're ever going to see.
The transformation.
The fight. I'm just saying,
I was talking about the transformation where his arms get real long and his face
too.
Pushing forward like a balloon.
They did that thing and they do in Power Rangers and in Kaiju movies where they stand up from the camera to make themselves look huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
So
amazing.
yeah, it's very clear he can't move well in the getup. Like he's completely transformed. He's like this big ogre thing. Think of like the Hulk if he like didn't change green and just like lost some of his hair and had a skullet. It was like dripping like ogre face. I don't know.
Just like a goblin, like a big ogre goblin version of the existing guy, right?
Yeah,
All,
pretty much.
all roided out.
Right, and they start fighting. Ricky's punches are doing no damage. The warden punches him through like a solid concrete pillar. Ricky lands what you would assume is a fatal blow, punching right through him, but it seemingly meant nothing. You know, this is where he reveals he's trained in the same school of martial arts. He just reveals this. And a second after he reveals it, Ricky then hears his uncle's voice go, Qigong feeds on strength and gets stronger and stronger, which, whatever that means, this amps up Ricky yet again, just like this weird thing that his uncle said. He breaks the warden's leg. We hear like these brutal crunch sounds. He punches through his chest. Then he picks him up, and remember that industrial meat grinder I talked about earlier? He tosses the warden into this industrial meat grinder, and there's blood everywhere, but the best part is the warden is still fighting him.
Yeah.
From the meat grinder, as blood and guts are getting splattered everywhere, like martial arts, like exchanging blows. It's so bloody. He like smashes him down into it till all that's left is his head.
I have a thought into that whole that qigong thing where you said like it gets stronger and stronger. So maybe I'm just saying, I don't know if it's this deep. I don't know if he's going this deep, but maybe he had the realization that if he fights him with the same style, he's never going to defeat him. So he needs to use an outside source to tear him apart. That's why he takes him to the meat grinder.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's not because it was just like, hey, here's a meat grinder. It's really gory to jam someone in a meat grinder.
Well, that's the whole purpose of throwing in the movie or the thing. But I'm just saying, like, he couldn't beat him with his own style because they both had the same strength style. So he's like, well, if I fight him, it's just going to make him stronger and vice versa. Or we'll just never defeat each other. So
Is that how Dragon Ball Z fights go?
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, the meat grinder. No, nothing like that.
No, I mean like the more they get beat up, the stronger they get.
That's like Saiyan.
It's
Okay.
like the chi thing, like the energy, your inner energy.
Okay.
Anyway.
But yeah, Ricky takes the warden's head outside where the guards and inmates are fighting. He holds it up. He says, "Hey, stop fighting!" He runs and then he just punches a giant hole in the wall for everyone to escape. And he says, "You're all free now." And that's the end of the movie.
I love the way he threw that head too. He
Yeah.
whipped it.
So that's Riki-Oh, the story of Ricky. Not every detail, but
His son escapes.
Yeah.
the warden's son, who's like a spoiled brat, like in every sense of the word.
Maybe he would come back in the story later.
Maybe. I can't imagine him training.
He's wearing those throughout the entire movie. He's wearing like the same outfit almost, but he has those two pumpkin pins on. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah. He's got like the hat with like the spinny thing and like his socks pulled
They always
up
do
all
that
the
in
way.
movies. It's like when they have like a dunce son, it's like you're wearing the dunce cap
He is
or
a
like
dunce.
the PJs.
He's Augustus Gloop or whatever his name is.
He's
in
definitely
Willy
gloopy.
Wonka.
Is that even a child? Or is that like a grown man?
I don't think that's a child. It's definitely at least
a
like
grown
someone in
child.
their 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely grown up. He's just like, ugh.
They just fed him a lot of Chips Ahoy.
I mean, he's a funny character. They just don't have him in the movie that much, other than a few times. Like
He's the comic relief along with his the warden, assistant warden, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys notice too? I don't know if you noticed in the assistant warden's office, there was like porn
Yes.
tapes
Is
all
that what
over
that
the
was?
walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had like a smorgasbord.
To make it more sinister.
Yeah, I didn't watch the 4K version, so I couldn't really make out what it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is the hell is that?
Full
He got a
clarity.
wall of VHS porn in his office.
Okay.
480i VHS. Yeah.
Well, there it is, pals. The story of Ricky.
So what do you think is the best scene in the movie? And I'll go around everybody ask. Jeff, you go
That's
first.
tough. That's tough as hell. I think the scene. Okay, the scene I laughed at the most, like I said earlier, was his girlfriend's suicide scene.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, though, maybe I can boil it down to my favorite fight. Maybe the first one, because it established so much. And tying your own tendon is so sick, and like being fine after that, and like punching the X-ray vision punch was so cool. I don't know. It's hard to pick, but since you're putting me on the spot, that's gonna be it.
Brian, what about you?
I always think about the punch through the jaw, but I always think, this is real quick, back in the day on the Daily Show on Comedy Central, they had the moment of Zen. I don't know if you guys remember this, or no, it was the it wasn't the moment of Zen, but it was the 5 questions. They would ask the celebrity guest or whoever 5 questions. And in the 5 questions clip, they used a clip from this movie of the one criminal honcho, like smashing the guy's head. So, Tarzan. So they would have a repeat like gif of him smashing the dude's head over and over again. It would have 5 questions, and that's how I remembered this. I eventually saw this movie. I was like, oh, this is what that's from.
That's so random.
But yeah. So that's stuck with me. The head smash.
That's your favorite scene, the head smash.
No, I'd say my favorite scene is probably the stomach punch, because it always sticks with me. That shower when he punches through like the center of his stomach there. Yeah, that stuck with me. That was cool.
Jordan.
Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with when the assistant, what are they called? The
Warden.
Yeah, he gets shot with the elephant gun just because the practical effects were so absurd.
Oh, the
and, like,
explosions.
yeah, like the fact that he like just like imploded wouldn't happen. It didn't make sense.
It was awesome though.
But the practical effects for that, and just watching that, and it was kind of dragged out, was like so funny to me. It was great. But there's I don't know, that's tough. There's so many different ones, but I'm gonna go with that. That's the first one that came off the top of my head.
Perfect.
I think for me the best scene was the probably the part where I think I mentioned at the end, just like I like the whole scene at the end, the kitchen scene, the whole fight between like Brandon and whatever the other guy's name was, and the warden. When the warden transforms, just like, come on, what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't guess I didn't like that they didn't explain why he did that.
But kind of.
It's a nice little secret, like kind of twist. Because I guess everything's so crazy in this. You're like, it's really not grounded in reality. So why couldn't that happen? So, yeah,
right.
I like the whole scene at the end where everybody's fighting, and everybody gets away. The whole kitchen scene is really good, I think.
The meat grinder, yeah, it's hard. That's a
meat grinder
Gory
thing's
one.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty. That'll stick with you once you watch this movie. Yeah.
I think with like plot holes though, like I know we kind of like talked about how he ended up in the prison. Like obviously he committed manslaughter, but like he walks away at the end of that after he supposedly killed that guy. So did he go there voluntarily, like turn himself in, or did he actually get caught? Does that whole like kind of like plot hole of like why was he there in the first place? Like did he want to specifically go to that prison? Like Brian, you brought up the fact that he's looking for his brother, but like they didn't. That wasn't touched on the movie at all.
No, they didn't discuss. Apparently, in the comic, he goes to some guard, and the guy says, "Oh, your brother's here."
And like the whole like the coincidence of this being a opium ring in the prison, like was that a coincidence? Like again, like did he specifically go there because his girlfriend died because of witnessing some guys shooting up, or like was that part of his plan to go to that prison?
Yeah, I think I agree with you that it seems. I don't know if I agree with you, but I think it's because I don't know if you were saying this, but I think that it's because he was following the trail of the people that led to her death.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's kind of up in the air. Like they don't really specifically say.
They left all the details out. Yeah,
if that's a coincidence or like he purposely was there.
Yeah.
Could he pick the prison he got to go to? Is that a thing he can do? Probably not. Like I don't know.
I mean, it's entirely possible too that they film stuff and they cut it just for like pacing time. But
too, and like knowing that this is an adaptation, they had to cut some things, right?
Yeah.
So cutting out the brother thing makes sense because who knows if you'll even make a second one, and but then it adds plot holes, right? So
as in a movie that's like definitely not about acting, who do you think was was the best actor?
Well. Ricky, I think, was just fantastic, but also the assistant warden was great.
He's amazing.
I gotta give it to him.
I don't know about Ricky because that scene after the really nice guy who's about to get released is killed, and he's out in the rain just punching in the rain.
I love that though,
and like
it's so stupid.
It's so dumb. It's like is he doing?
He didn't choose to act that. He's just acting it.
I know, but like, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but like also. I mean, if you're a good actor, you can make anything look good, right? So
I don't
It
know.
also didn't look like he's even doing martial arts. He's just like punching and dancing in the rain. It looks silly.
Yeah.
I think the warden was like one of the best actors.
The warden or the assistant
The
warden?
warden.
Okay.
The guy that morphed at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
was just so good at like being just you're not sure if he's gonna be
Yeah.
a jerk, like the assistant warden, and he shows up and he's just even worse.
Yeah. Also, like, the assistant warden had a fake eye and he had mints in them,
Yeah.
which was like,
So
what is going on?
So
and he
bizarre.
had like a hook hand. I didn't mention that. Yeah. There's like a lot of weird stuff.
He took the mints the one time. He's like, oh, mints are stale or something.
Well, something bad happened. He's like, these mints are like,
Yeah,
these are no good. Maybe they weren't mints. Maybe it was drugs.
maybe.
Make more sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to our feedback of the movie. We'll start with you, Brian.
Well, I haven't seen this movie in like years, so like Jeff said, I was introduced to this movie by a friend, and the Daily Show clip. Obviously, I didn't know what it was really from, but man, this movie, if you like any kind of movie like martial arts on the very low level, as we were discussing, there's fights, but they're not like very choreographed fights or anything like that. But if you like movies like Evil Dead or Dead Alive or anything that has that over the top,
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive is on the
extra
next
gory.
level, yeah. But it's in the same vein of like buckets of blood, just like totally unrealistic. Like if you punch somebody in the face, that would not happen. And I don't think you and I don't think anybody could possibly punch through somebody's face. But if it were to happen, this might be what it looked like. So, yeah, no, I think it's a great like. I think the cheesiness of it works for it because of the tone of it and everything. I think that, you know,
I agree.
The ridiculousness of the plot and everything, and you know, like the comic tone of it and the gore. Yeah, it's just it's like a great B movie classic, I feel.
Yeah, if it wasn't so gory, do you think it would just be like no one?
It wouldn't stand out. I don't think it would
I don't
stand
think
out.
anyone would care. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
there's no actual martial arts happening. It's just like
Right.
no one's actually showing any kind of style, like martial arts style. It's just like here's a punch and then you explode.
Yeah, you're waiting to see what the next gore effect is going to be.
Yeah.
But it's done like well enough in this movie that's entertaining. It's not just like you're just waiting for it to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think if they could remake this movie now and they made like, you know, like made not serious, but do you think they could actually make it, or that the time and place made it so good because it's like so cheesy? If they tried to remake it now, it wouldn't be the same effect.
No,
It has to be cheese.
because the practical effects I think is what a big part of what made this movie. Like
There's movies out there that like try to be cheesy on purpose, like Sharknado and stuff like that. And it's like, while there's a place for that, it's like it's hard to capture this movie's tone and do that same like practical gore effect kind of thing they're doing. But yeah, I feel like horror movies are coming back to practical gore effects, like not on this level. This is kind of like low budget, but yeah, they're going back to practical stuff. So I feel like that's coming back. But to nail the tone of this movie, because it was trying to take itself seriously when it definitely is not.
It was.
Well, I mean,
don't think it
I think no, when they were
was, but-
making it. I mean, but I mean, if you're look at it this way, dude, the actor, the guy that played Ricky, this was his first big movie. He had no idea what he was getting into. So the fact he played it straight. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I think that's part of what makes it so funny.
That's what I'm saying, is that they played straight. Yeah.
But like then you have characters like the assistant warden and the kid who
Right.
are clearly
It's like
there to be goofy,
slapstick, kind of like
weird.
Three
Yeah.
Stooges almost. Not at that level, but yeah.
But that's why it's so, I don't know. I think that's why it's so funny, extra funny, is because Ricky and a lot of the characters are so serious, but then all this goofy, over the top stuff is happening.
you just don't see the gore coming unless you know. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Do you think it still has the same effect then? If you see it second or third, fourth time?
yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I own it. I bought a version of it on 4K, like a physical disc, and it was like one of 500, and I was like, sweet, I got this.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, dude, there are movies that try to do a lot of things at once that can rarely pull it off. And it's like, while you may think the acting is bad in this movie or the effects are bad or whatever, it's like this movie stands out from the pack in terms of stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's other movies that do practical horror effects that aren't memorable. But that the fact that this movie has a unique plot and it was like the first movie to use martial arts and that much gore, I think it's made it stand out at the time. Yeah.
Well, Jordan, do you want to go next? Give him your feedback on the movie.
Sure. Yeah, I like I said at the top of the show, I did not know what this movie was. I didn't know anything about it. Watching it, I was oftentimes confused. I laughed a lot. I don't know if this movie was supposed to be. No.
Okay.
I cried when it was over.
Okay.
Because I actually had a really good time watching this, but I also didn't know. I still don't know if it was meant to be a serious movie. I know they said it's a martial arts movie. It doesn't seem like a martial arts movie. It seems like Chris said, like, hey, what happens if someone just punches really hard in someone's like mouth or their stomach? That's not necessarily martial arts, but it's cool to watch. Like, the gore is really cool. So I don't know if that was intentional on their part. Like, obviously for today's standards, the special effects aren't great, but I think that actually helped the movie for me.
Definitely.
For like the 90s, though, it seems like it's still way underneath standards. Like,
Yeah, but
91.
also like budget wise, and I do, and like the dub. I want to really talk about the dubbing because the dubbing is so bad, but for me that kind of made me like the movie. And I know, like, for a long time, I guess even kind of still now, but especially back then, martial arts movies are kind of a niche. So like the dubbing for these movies, they weren't getting the best people to do them. Like even classic martial arts movies that were dubbed, like the dubbing on all of them are really, really bad. And especially this one, because they were considered like a niche thing. They weren't like considered like blockbuster movies. So they got like not the best voice actors to dub these things, but like for me, that helped the movie how bad the dubbing was. Especially like they just decided to change people's names. They gave people like very Americanized names, which I think is so
Brandon.
which I understand why they did it, but like it just seems so ridiculous, but it's just funny to me. So again, I don't know. Based on some of the characters, it seemed like Riki-Oh is a serious character, but like you guys are saying with like the warden's son and the assistant warden, like clearly they had to know they're kind of being silly with this stuff. I don't know if it was intentional, if it was supposed to be funny for people to watch. Obviously the dubbing was hilarious. I'm still confused by this movie, but I did enjoy it overall. So I'll say that.
I'm going to go next, and I'm going to say that I really liked. At first, I didn't think I was going to like it when I first started out. Once that guy gets that thing in his face, I'm like, oh my god! And then you're like, maybe it's just a very gruesome thing. And then that guy gets tripped, and his face goes right through those nails.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's like, okay,
this sets the tone. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
You see a tone, like once it establishes that tone, you're like, oh, okay.
It ramps up too. Like
Yeah.
it gets more and more gruesome it goes on, which I liked.
Yeah, it was really tightly edited too, like that. Like it really kept the gore front and center the whole time.
Oh, are you saying for once you think a movie might have had good pacing?
Yeah.
Gore pacing.
Oh wow,
I think the pacing
that's
was
a
great.
rarity. I agree with you. I don't think I would. I think it's hard to be bored if you're interested in any of this at all.
I don't know if that's attributed to the fact that you're just waiting to see who's going to get butt punched first,
Probably.
or like something like it's like who's who's going to get punched really hard next. But I think in general, like Jordan said, the dubbing wasn't great, but I really didn't notice it because I was watching and waiting for like the next thing. But I think the story was pretty good, and you see what he was trying to do. It was kind of, they gave him like a reason to be there every time. Like he's trying to protect this guy, he gets killed. Okay, now he's got to take this guy out. Like they kind of give it like he's there to like help people. And then they show like the girlfriend's death scene didn't happen till like kind of like halfway through the movie, I think, right?
Over halfway, yeah.
Yeah, I think around like 45 minutes in, I was like, what the hell? Like it all just like starts coming together where like he's there to help people and he's like trying to fight. Like, I took it as he was trying to fight back for his girlfriend or trying to get revenge for her death, which is like the most, I mean, she runs off a building. That's like, come on. Dude.
It is very
That's
like the
such
way
a
that
good
mannequin hits too.
It hits. The way that mannequin hits, man.
But also those guys that she was with, like those guys that had her, they didn't seem like they were that. They were like kind of like, hey, lady, listen, lady, you're like when she runs out. So she's laying on the bed, and you're like, oh no. And she just screams and runs away, and they're just like, "Oh my god, what do we do?" And she runs off the building. They're not even trying to stop her.
She's the crazy one, not us shooting her veins.
Wow.
How do we keep screwing this up?
Whenever they get up to the roof and she's about to run off the building, you're like, "Lady, hey, lady, what are you doing?" Like they're trying to like stop her almost.
I love that it's just like there's not even she doesn't even hesitate at all.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm doing this. Like
And you're like, "Did she just run off a building?" Like,
Yep.
what did she think was going to happen?
I rewatched it while we were talking about it. She did not trip. She straight up jumped off.
Yeah, she just goes for it.
I can't believe like it was weird. It was like I said, like I didn't those guys that they had following her didn't seem very like evil, you know.
They're like, oh well.
I mean, they did kidnap her and they shoot
Well,
heroin.
we tried.
Well, yeah, they're drug dealers and kidnapped her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't seem like they were trying to like do anything to her. Like she screamed and ran away.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it was implied that they were at the very least going to kill her.
Yeah, I guess.
But I'm trying to think of like why would she do this? And the only thing I can think of is that she wanted a quick death versus whatever they were going to do. So
let me ask you real
Still.
quick. In the grand scheme of this movie, like we know like there's a manga and we know that like there's an unofficial sequel, but like after Ricky busts open the prison wall and leaves, what do you think he does?
Just keeps walking.
Did you think he like goes and like keeps finding like opium and heroin like dealers and like that, or like he just like what does he do?
Punches
yeah,
the shit out of him.
I don't know. Yeah, he's free.
To do what?
I mean, yeah, to live his life. I don't know. He got revenge, right?
Kiss his
like,
own
is
fists.
there any movies in like famous like popular culture or not even popular culture like historical like kind of movie cinema where like there's like the hero walks off into the sunset type of thing? Was it like one of those?
Yeah, like
I mean, yeah, there's a ton of those
talking about, like,
westerns.
I was just gonna say like the Man with No Name trilogy. Yeah,
We don't know though within the movie, the confines of the movie, if that's where like the heroin came from.
right.
So again, so like, is he gonna keep? Is this it for him? He's gonna live out.
Yeah.
tune in next
Is he,
week.
is he gonna keep going and like finding like go to these other prisons and like taking on those guys? Like,
Oh, did they write that ending so they had a sequel in mind?
maybe.
Well, so apparently this like the prison arc in the actual comic is not super long, and it does end with him just like punching his way out of it. But there's, the story obviously continues. There's a bunch after that. I haven't read it. I heard some people say it sucked. I heard other people say like it just gets even more ridiculous and they love it because of that. So, I mean, it's hard to say, but like you said, Jordan, like in the confines of the movie, and even Chris, like I think it's safe to assume that they were trying to at the very least connect the drug thing a little bit, even if they don't explicitly say it.
Yeah.
Because we are lacking the context from the actual story that he's looking for his brother. Completely we don't even know that he has a brother, if you just watch this.
It looks like it's just like a revenge tale for his girlfriend.
Yeah,
Right,
and
yeah.
I think they just wanted to get the movie made, and they didn't have a huge budget, so it's like let's just get it made how we can get it made and get it out there and not worry about a sequel unless we have to. And clearly they didn't have to. And even the unofficial one I heard was just really bad. So
Well, so I think going back, if you want to watch a movie that's just like super gory, just like, and I don't like, I don't like the Saw movies. Like I don't usually like gore stuff. I think it's terrible. Because I think a lot of times they use gore for horror, and that's like not scary at all.
Well, for effect, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like
Shock.
Like I don't think the Saw movies are good at all. I think they're stupid as hell. But like,
I mean, the first one's at least good, but anyway.
but I mean, I don't like that they use gore to like. There was a time there, and I think Saw was kind of the ones that did the biggest offenders. Were like,
Well, yeah, it's like how are these people going to die by Jigsaw's hand?
yeah, like that type of thing. Like they were using that as horror, but it really wasn't horror. It was just like gore. And this movie's like, hey, this guy just he just punches people, and I do like that he could. I didn't really understand why he was supposed to be so strong that he could punch gravestones out of the sky, but like. Then he can get punched once by a guy and fall over. Like he seems like he can get beat up pretty easily too.
That or they're just very strong.
Yeah, like it's kind of like one of those things where like you got to give him some type of, you got to hamstring him a little bit to make it interesting. Otherwise, he'd be punching through everybody.
Right.
And then the ending, which just like really cemented in like, oh, this is a special movie. Where when that warden's like, the warden can't possibly be that strong, right? And especially after that, like he falls down and has a heart attack, or whatever they thought.
You're right.
You know, the kind of twist there.
The old switcheroo, I did like it.
Yeah, what's that? It's like watching The Happening again or something.
I actually never saw The Happening.
Oh, wow. Put it on the list.
Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, I mean,
Sharma doodles.
I liked it. But
I like it for the wrong reasons.
That's with the plants, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I already know the thing. Yeah, stupid.
Spoiler, plants.
There's the plants.
Plants make you kill yourself.
Earth hates you.
Earth and the forest hates you. You.
So I think in general, like once you see that the ending scene with all the hell going on, and the ending scene really sneaks up on you too, because it's like all of a sudden you figure that it's going to be like, okay, he's going to kill this guy, this like one of the 4 guys, the last 2 that are left, and they just throw them all in the same room. The warden, those are like everybody comes together for the final fight. You feel like there should be like another like 20 minutes of fights, but no, they like throw it all into one scene because it kind of pivots very quickly to that scene. It doesn't even seem like it's the end of the movie at that point. I forget what the scene was right before that, but
that was when they started like they finally got and like started maiming the assistant warden. Right before that.
Oh, that's right. They're on those steps again.
Right.
Yeah.
That one room. Yeah, he falls on the steps and they start going after him, and the guards come in. Yeah, because there's that weird scene where. Not the weird thing. We didn't even mention this. That one character. So, Ricky's like chained up, and someone brings him rice,
and they kill that dude because
dude tattles
he fed
on
him. Yeah,
that's what that leads to.
That tattle
right?
guy. He's throughout the film too. Yeah, I glossed over.
It opens on him in the shower scene. He's one of the henchmen. Yeah. So in general, like it was good. It was good. It was a good ride. If you can stand like the old style of like this is a B film, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun to watch. Doesn't hang around, doesn't go up its own, doesn't smell its own farts. It's just like
it doesn't drift too long.
Doesn't overstay its welcome.
Yes,
right,
it doesn't try to
right.
have a lot of story, and like you don't have Ricky having these little breakdowns of like when that kid gets killed with no tongue. His friend, like he makes friends with people that just get killed basically right away. Like the guy who brought him rice gets killed.
It's true.
Yeah, it's all his fault.
The warden goes in with the claw and just claws him in the mouth and drags him away with that.
Taking him off the stage with the old fish hook.
And so like every time someone helps Ricky, they get murdered. So they don't even need to explain that type of stuff, which is good. Like you don't have this whole breakdown scene or anything, which is cool. I just think it's good. He just instantly gets mad and kills them. So. Jeff, you're left. You're last, number 1.
Yeah. I mean, I think what hasn't already been said. The pacing's great. It's super fun to watch. It's just goofy. I watched this with my girlfriend Tiffany, and she also said she really liked it. If you go in expecting something like serious or expecting to see real martial arts, you'll be disappointed. But I think it's just a fun. Movie like grindhousey, ultra violent. But again, like to your point, Chris, like the violence isn't. I don't think people who are like super squeamish would have a problem.
No, because it's so dumb.
It's so fake.
Yeah,
is what the thing
There's
is. Like
parts,
the blood is super red.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, it's not going to be like, oh, gross. I'm not going to feel like I have to throw up. But
be like,
I don't know, maybe.
The tendon thing was a little rough.
The tendon thing was a little rough. I agree with you, Jordan.
The tendon thing.
You might have to look away.
The wood
and the guy's
planer.
face getting scraped off.
Yeah, that was rough. But
all right,
they're so quick.
Fair enough. But I don't know. I'm glad. It seems like you guys all liked it, and I just wanted to start with something that I knew I liked, and I thought maybe not a lot of people had seen or heard of. So
yeah, starting off with a bang here with Riki-Oh. So when you look at another movie that like when you look at what is it, Drunken Master. Right, the one we watched in season 2.
Yeah,
that it had the same type of, it didn't have the same type of martial arts, but it had the same type of, I don't know, humor or like the way they have characters written and
might
stuff.
be like a martial arts like character development kind of thing. I could see that. I know what you're talking about.
It seems like that style of writing and that culture is just like they have this way of writing characters that are really, I don't know. unintentionally funny. But all right, so let's go around and get the ratings now for Riki-Oh, the story of Riki. Brian,
Thumbs up. It's a classic. It still remains a classic. Since the last time I saw it. So thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up, bums up. Jordan, what do you got?
Bums up.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Like I said, there's not really much martial arts happening, but it was more than made up with the gore, the silliness of it, the crazy practical effects, and the great dubbing of this movie. I think is what made it. I think I like it for the wrong reasons, is what I'm saying, but I still liked it. So yeah, thumbs up.
Another thumbs up for the bums up. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up also. One thing I just realized I liked was that the fights were not long. They were like, because obviously if they made them long, like real kung fu fights, like from other movies, and make them real flashy, like it wouldn't make sense if he's super strong, like his entire character. So that makes a lot of sense now I think about it. And I'm gonna give it a thumbs up as well. Jeff, what do you got?
Oh boy, we're starting with a pal fist. I like it. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm giving it a thumbs up as well. It's, like I said, one of my favorite, I mean, I don't know, martial arts movie, maybe not the right word, but movie with those kind of elements and that vibe. And like you said, even like the dub, like things that you just equate with old kung fu movies come to life in this movie. And then like the ultra violence, crazy gore that you don't see in movies like that is in this, which is, it's just cool. It's its own kind of thing. And I've always really liked it, and I forgot about it for a really long time, but then I remembered it when I saw it get remastered, and I was like, oh my god, Riki-Oh, I forgot about this. So it's been a pleasure rewatching it again in this crazy crisp 4K. I was like, whoa. But yeah, big thumbs up for me, and I'm glad you guys liked it too.
I was originally worried because you had another movie in mind.
I did, and you know what?
And you're like, I'm not going to do that with this other movie. Instead, I was like, how could this be? Why would you pass up this terrible movie with some other movie? But it worked out.
I'd still slated. I just didn't want to start the year with that one.
Okay.
So, Riki-Oh, the story of Riki, a pal fist through the belly. I will send a picture of our fists to the cast of the movie, and that's what we got for next week. What do we got, Jordan? You're up next week.
We're doing the 2009 film Gentlemen Broncos.
Gentlemen Broncos. Why are you picking that?
It was suggested by a friend of mine, Dave. And when I told him we were doing this podcast, he like threw some movies at me, and I told him like one of the movies we did earlier was The Greasy Strangler.
Oh,
he's like, oh, if you like that, I got a movie for you. I was like, oh, all right, okay, this guy knows what we're doing. So yeah, I finally got around to doing this movie. It's not the same as Gentlemen Broncos or as Greasy Strangler, but
it sure isn't. Yeah.
But I was like, okay, all right, I'll do this one. So yeah, we're doing Gentlemen Broncos next week.
So who's seen it before? I have not.
Never seen it.
I have not seen it, but I was aware of some parts in it.
Yeah,
specifically the surveillance dose.
It's written and directed by Jared Hess and his wife Jerusha. I think I'm saying that right. They also wrote and directed Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, and new Minecraft movie.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
and
the Napoleon Dynamite guy did the Minecraft movie?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And there's a lot of like running things. I'll go over this when we do this next week, but there's a lot of like certain things they do in all these movies that like I think is interesting.
And I recognize the guy from Flight of the Conchords in it, who I enjoy, and he's also in the What We Do in the Shadows movie.
He's in the Minecraft movie as well.
What? I mean, I didn't see it, but that's great.
I never heard of this movie, never seen it, but I could tell you,
never smelled it.
Never seeing Napoleon Dynamite, only seeing clips of it and being like, this movie blows. I am not looking forward to it. So
yeah. That's fair, because I didn't like Napoleon Dynamite the first time I saw it, but it's since grown on me.
Yeah, I don't think I liked that movie, but it was very much like you have to watch Napoleon. I'm like, I'm good.
Anytime someone's like, you have to watch this movie, Chris, who's like, no. besides fight.
Napoleon Dynamite was like a cultural shift or cultural phenomenon, I think.
Anything like that, you do that.
No, but like when people are like doing all like
you grump.
the tots, I'm like, shut up.
Wow.
Meanwhile, this man loves tater tots.
I do. You're taking the things I love and
we made a pound of tater tots once.
That should be cool. You want some tater tots?
We made a pound of tater tots once. I left the oven on for 3 days.
That was a good
Pound of tater tots?
Yeah, that was a hot time. It really warmed up the entire apartment in the middle of the summer.
Why is that apartment so hot?
3 days, huh? That's
It was a real bad
3
idea.
days of
like a
tots.
whole weekend,
Come on
yeah.
down.
And it was a gas oven too, which was even worse.
And I smoked in the apartment.
That was a bad time. But we're still here, so it's all good. All right, so next time we're watching Gentlemen Broncos.
Yes.
Is this like that movie with they
It's about the Denver Broncos. What? Oh, no, it's not like what? Which one?
Wait, what?
What the hell is it? The guys that strip.
Oh, you talking about like the Full Monty?
Magic Mike. I'm talking about the Magic Mike.
I thought you were talking about the Full Monty.
Is it like Magic Mike like that?
No.
Nope.
Well, please leave a comment on the podcast platform of your choice. Please connect with us on social media. All those links can be found in the show notes below. If you have any questions or suggestions for a future movie, please send it to watchpals.show at gmail.com. All those links can also be found on our website at watchpals.show. It's where you also can find a link to our Discord where you also can get on there and suggest a movie. So please do that. Chat with us. Also. If you're listening this far, please give us a comment on if you like the new format or not.
Yeah, why don't you say something for once?
Yeah.
Please
Send us an email. Maybe we'll read it on the air. I want to thank you, Jeff, for being here and for driving the ship this week.
Hey, no problemo. Happy to drive.
Thank you, Brian, for being here.
Thank you for listening once again to the sounds that come from my throat.
Throat sounds with Brian. Jordan, thanks for being here and giving me your throat sounds.
No, thanks, Chris.
And most of all, thank all of you out there in Watchland. Until next time, please set your watches for the next episode of the Watch Pals. Good night.
Brian, can I get a raw out?
What? Oh God, yeah. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta warm it up. Autobots, raw out.
God.
Great.
Good night.
Great.
Night.